Hit a slider now, maybe, and move to a debate that could change the playing field across Major League Baseball. The commissioner of baseball hinting on an ESPN broadcast this weekend that the league is looking at expanding from 30 teams to 32, and with that, possibly shaking up the current divisions and leagues that the teams fall under. Take a listen.
I think if we expand, it provides us with an opportunity to geographically realign. I think we could save a lot of wear and tear on our players in terms of travel.
Interesting comments there. Here to help us map out what this expansion could look like, we've got two top story pros. Baker Machado, you know him. He's the co-host of Front Office Sports Today, and Ralphie Aversa, one of the Hall of Famers there in Bitchworthy. He's the host and producer of Entertain This, and both these guys are massive baseball fans. Baker's a Rockies fan. Ralphie, we know you're a Yankees fan. Your family, we love this. Baker, I'm going to start with you. Walk our viewers through what we're talking about here.
All right, so this potentially could happen in 2029. This is when Rob Manfred, the commissioner, likely would retire. So likely this is not going to be happening for some time. And by the way, this is all hypothetical. These are all just sort of scenarios.
And these are the 30 teams right now in Major League Baseball.
These are the current 30 teams that we have right now. Two potentially could be added over the course of the next decade or so. And the commissioner said he wants this all to be regionally. This way, you're taking down injuries, less travel time, all of this stuff. So
talk to us about the cities. What are we looking at here?
Okay, so right now, this is the current makeup. But two potential places that Major League Baseball has been looking at for at least the last 15 years potentially could be in Portland,
okay,
Oregon.
Let's put this up here. So we got Portland. Okay.
Yes. Oh, so you're very good at this. And the other one would be Salt Lake City, Utah. Both of those areas are two places Major League Baseball has really thought about on the western side of things. On the eastern front, Nashville and Charlotte are both two areas as well that Major League Baseball is looking at. So either way, if Portland or Salt Lake get added, that still would satisfy one of the teams on the West Coast, and then the other one would satisfy the team on the East Coast.
Ralphie, your take on these expansions, if we brought new teams to baseball?
I have no idea what you're talking about with me being
By the way,
diehard
he brought a Yankees
fan.
hat. He was not going to bring a Rockies hat based on our performance this
Look, if we're talking about some of the realignment that's being thrown out there right now, where the idea that we're going to have over here, we're going to have the Yankees and Mets in the same division. What are we talking about?
Right.
What? Like, we can't. No. It's already been watered down so much with interleague play and, you know, just the fact that you have a lot of these rivalries already, but we get to see these teams so much now with the new scheduling, by the way, right now, everybody plays everybody at least once a year. So we always get Yankees, Dodgers. We always get everybody
what about
against
these
everybody.
new teams, buddy? Portland, Salt Lake City, what do you think?
Well, I don't know about Portland or Salt Lake City. I'll tell you this much. The last time we did expansion was in 1998, and that, of course, was the Diamondbacks and the Rays. Those two teams are in the lower third of evaluations right now, for Major League Baseball. So
what about the Marlins, though? They were an expansion team in the 90s, 2 World Series. Let's talk about those guys down south, huh?
Yeah. They won those 2 World Series.
And one of them, they
tore
beat the
down
Yankees.
the teams. And now how many people are showing up to that stadium? Tom, you were just there.
Do you guys think they could fill these stadiums if they're, you know, parks if they got
I think it could, because regionally this would be easier for a lot of fans to get to a lot of
Nashville's
places.
a growing city. Charlotte is as well. Salt Lake City, we know.
So a couple of the hypotheses that have been out there would basically be putting all of these teams. For instance, you would have the Cardinals and the Royals in one division together.
Let me get there for you guys. So we can get over there.
So this basically would break the mold of the traditional American versus National League, and this potentially would create an AL South. So you would have my Colorado Rockies getting so much national attention right now. Moving into the American League, and they would be joining Houston and the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Chiefs in this American League South. This way you would have either that Portland or that Salt Lake City team joining the Diamondbacks, Dodgers, and Angels, and potentially the Mariners in a western side.
Ralphie, you're shaking your head. Why? What don't you like about this?
Because I'm a big fan.
And this is from The Athletic, we should say. The Athletic did this projection.
I'm a traditionalist in the sense that I like the divisions. One of the things I don't like about the current schedule is because teams play everybody at least once, we get fewer division games. So now what you're going to tell me is, okay, not only are we getting fewer division games, but we're just going to blow the divisions up? What? Are you kidding? No! Yankees, Red Sox, come on! That's tradition right there.
Wouldn't they get more games against the Red Sox and the Yankees?
Yes, and even in theory, one of the things the Athletic has even thought of is maybe you have the Yankees, the Mets, the Phillies all in the same division. So that way you're getting everybody sort of together, and you would break that traditional American and National League mold. This way, Mets fans would be coming to Yankee Stadium a lot more often than they do already.
How about the imbalance, though, of all of those big payrolls, all of those, huge stars? all being in one division. How does that help the game as a whole?
That's a good point. That is a good point. This is what the National League, again, from The Athletic, what it would look like here. I'm kind of interested in this sort of this California connection here with Arizona. That's kind of interesting. And then you have a lot of fun here in the NL North, too, which is kind of a Midwest league.
But, Tom, to Commissioner Rob Manfred's point, this basically would cut down on potential injuries and travel time.
Why an injury?
Because all of this, you're not traveling and you're basically staying within sort of the same areas. Because here you would have the Cubs, the Brewers, the Reds, the Cardinals, all basically within a 30-minute plane ride from each other. Same sort of thing here in the National League West. So you wouldn't be having these cross-country changes in terms of their scheduling as much as they frequently do.
What do you think about that, Ralphie? Still a purist on that?
Let's follow the money here. The collective bargaining agreement for MLB and its players union is up after next season. This is purely a bargaining chip that the commissioner has just kind of floated out there.
Explain that for people that don't follow baseball as closely as you.
Okay, so the players union in baseball is probably the strongest of all of the major sports, and everything has to be collectively bargained, including if the commissioner goes through with this and starts changing up certain things with the schedule, with the players' travel, so on and so forth. So what the commissioner, I feel, is doing here is he's kind of testing the waters. He wants to kind of see how the public reacts. He wants to see if the union reacts, and then this is all a big lead up to what's going to be a showdown after next season.
Well, after next season, to his point, that is when the collective bargaining union has to negotiate a new deal with Major League Baseball. But I would say, Tom, most baseball analysts do think we likely could have a labor shortage here.
Yeah, you know what I would love to do? I'm going to get back to the to this screen right here. Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
What if we just add Savannah Bananas to the league? I think that's all we need. It would garner entertainment, ticket sales. I think that's all we need.
I'm seeing them in Yankee Stadium in a few weeks, Tom.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sold out.
Baker, Ralphie, thanks so much for being out here. You guys are baseball legends. We appreciate it. We will continue the debate later. Coming up next, the massive effort underway to move a church. This is pretty incredible. Why engineers are rolling the entire building 3 miles down the road.